Hey, Aries, intuitive soul coach here with your September 2024 love reading. Welcome back to my channel if you're returning, and welcome if you're new. If you're interested in a personal reading, signing up for the monthly newsletter, or entering into the free reading giveaway, you can find all of that information in the description box below the video. All right, welcome. Now, I see here in your energy that ascension is taking place. Okay, you are learning from the experiences that you've gone through, whether you are currently separated. Some of you are in separation from an energy here. Now, even if you are married or you live with someone or you are technically labeled partnered, there is some sort of separation that is occurring between the both of you, energetically, emotionally, physically. Now, of course, these are love readings. This could be romantic love. This could be the love of a family member. So take it as it resonates to you, Aries. But I see a lot of you may be entering, no, you are, Spirit is saying you are entering into a new phase. And you're preparing for possible union. Okay, there is a preparation that you have been guided to work with. Yeah, 5 of Swords in the recent past. Oof, some of you, there has been a lot of fighting, a lot of arguing, maybe even conflict within yourself. This could be your own thoughts, your own mind. Typically, 5 of Swords is underhanded comments. It's gaslighting. It can be needing to get the attention or get the validation of others in some way, shape, or form. Some of you are dealing with someone who was unwilling or is unwilling, to put in the energy, the effort. And I feel like you may be saying, I deserve more in some way, shape, or form. And I feel because you are shifting into a new energy here, there's going to be ascension, there's going to be a growth. And even though there's a tad bit of uncertainty about the future, I feel like you're going to be all right. Yeah, look at that. We have preparation for the love coming in. Bottom of the deck, we have 3 of Pentacles. 3 of Pentacles is cooperation. This is about you being able to put yourself out there in some way, shape, or form, or help of others. This could be help of professionals. For those of you that are in a union, I feel like you may have stayed or you may decide to stay because you want your 10 of Pentacles, right? Or you want the financial, there could be something with finances here, finances, marriage. This is the card of commitment. For others of you, because we actually have the separation card, I feel like there is separation that's either happening now, as we mentioned earlier, or it is on the horizon. Now, this could be sadness. It could be bitterness. Someone could even be missing you as well. They may have known or they may know that they were wrong, okay? Or they may now be seeing a situation that they weren't able to see when they were with you. They may be thinking about you. You could be thinking about someone on your mind. And even though there is a sense of uncertainty, I feel like this opportunity has everything to do with a soul-quenching renewal regarding your own heart, regarding maybe 2 hearts coming together, but with your outcome, there is a gift of love or a gift of expanding or ascending that heart space. And I do feel like someone could be a tad bit bitter with this separation, okay? Someone is bitter here. And I feel underneath the bitterness, right? You see the prickly thorns. It's as if someone feels very thorny. You may have your thorns out in some way, shape, or form. Don't come near me. Don't touch me. For those of you that may be single, you may have this energy at times of being unapproachable, okay? Or, maybe people think Aries is focused on their career. Aries is focused on taking care of the kids, or, they are chasing their goals. They're living their best life, but I can't necessarily come near Aries for whatever reason. And it's most likely because you've put your wall up in some way, shape, or form. But I feel like the opportunity here with the Ace of Cups is to open up to love, or at least to take a new path, take a new direction, Aries, that will allow you to again open up when the time is right for you. Because we do have separation here, and you can see the cactus, but I also see the beautiful blooms, the flowers, right? If you've ever had a cactus plant and you've watched it bloom, the blooms are absolutely breathtaking. So I feel through some sort of thorny or challenging situation, there's actually going to be blossoms that are quite abundant, quite beautiful, because you have ascension right here. This is learning, it's expansion. I'm hearing, it feels like a song I'm not familiar with. So Long, Marianne. It sounds like a song. I feel like the lyrics are coming through, or at least that phrase, and I feel like it's being sang. So if it's not a song, take it as it resonates. So Long, Marianne. Maybe some of you, your name is Marianne or Mary or Anne. Someone could be saying goodbye. I also get something here with a quick, hasty exit, and I feel a lot of loss and a lot of pain associated with that, but I feel like that may have been in the past. Okay, I don't feel like it's coming up. I feel like someone may have gone through a period of grief or loss, maybe someone who exited this physical realm quite quickly. Take that as it resonates. Okay, you may not see the opportunity in front of you for new love, but it's on the way. Okay. For those of you that are single, and maybe you're not even looking, perhaps you're healing. It may show up when you least expect it. You may not see it in front of you, but it's on the way, or it's right within the grasp of your energy. But this is preparing for union, preparing for soul advancement. And I also feel for those of you that are in a union currently, there's ascension, there's growth, whether that means together or separately. It's going to be different for each and every one of you. Pay attention to the hot air balloon. That could be a sign of ascension. It could be that you see a hot air balloon in the sky. You may see it on a billboard. You may see it on social media. Take it as it resonates, but you're definitely entering into a new phase. Now, some of you with the partying at the bottom of the deck and girl with a snake and healing the heart at the bottom, this is all subconscious energy that may be coming up into your conscious awareness. Healing heartbreak, toxicity, or addiction, or abusive relationships may be something that all sits within your psyche. I feel like there's been a golden mirror that you've looked into, Aries, and even if you've been in this phase for quite some time, a lot of you have been in this union, or you've been single, or there's been a healing phase, whatever phase you are currently in, or maybe you just got out of. I feel like there's definitely a turn. That's what's showing up. You have the Wheel of Fortune, and a lot of you are healing some sort of heartache. You were charmed. Some of you were used. Girl with the snake. You were enabling, potentially. You may have enabled someone to keep treating you a certain way. And it may have been about boundaries. That may have been a lesson. I also feel here you may have been dealing with or are dealing with someone who has juggled maybe other women or other men. Okay, this could be someone who juggles a lot. They're always busy. They always have something going on. They may work a lot. They may have kids. They may have projects. They may work on their cars. They may be builders, right? They're constantly juggling something up. But I feel like they were a charmer, right? They know how to charm your socks off, basically. And some of you started to see through, or perhaps the foundation upon which something was built started to crack, maybe due to addictions. Okay, due to addictions or due to needing attention, especially with the charmer here. The charmer can use their looks, they can use their status, their money, their things to get attention. And I feel like you may have fell into their trap in a way, but you're actually coming out with a new skin. It's like you shed your skin here. And that is part of why I'm getting that golden mirror being held up, because we also have not today, right? Not today, boundaries. So I see that could be part of that cactus is my boundaries are up. I know my worth. I'm not going to settle, even if that means I'm going to be single for quite some time. Someone may be saying, I don't really want to talk about this. I'm not dealing with this. I'm still very upset. If you had a falling out with a family member or a loved one or a spouse, yeah, I feel like there's still healing taking place, healing necessary, and that's going to ascend energy for you to get to this place of the dragonfly. And this is about light energy, healing. This is about things coming to light, basically. Seeing things from a new perspective or a brighter perspective, having a brighter outcome. Some of you, this is a lighthearted energy. There's adaptability coming in. You've adapted. You will adapt to maybe a new way of doing things or a new level of trust or opening your heart up or perhaps being in a dynamic or being in a relationship once again after, being single. There is adaptation that is showing up here in your near future. And I see that with the Ace of Cups here as well. This is things changing, finding out by looking in that golden mirror and really asking yourself, what is being reflected back to me? Some of you may have a dragonfly land near you, on you, by you. That could also be a sign of things coming to light, right? That could be adaptability here, change and transformation. So let's dive into your tarot reading. You do have the High Priestess showing up in reverse, the unknowable. And we actually see with the separation card, you may feel a little bit uncertain. You may not feel as in tune with your intuition as you would like, Aries. When the High Priestess shows up here, Cancerian energy, this is hush hush. This is someone that may not be speaking at this time. This could be someone with a hidden agenda. And it could be a hidden agenda to do what you need to do to prepare and get ready for union, right? If this is you that has a hidden agenda, it doesn't have to be negative, right? It could be you not speaking up. Maybe you're thinking of, separating or divorcing, or maybe you are working on healing, but you're staying on the lowdown and you're not putting yourself out there in some way. Again, I'm getting a very hush hush energy. So you can work on your own truth. This is about maybe silence. There could have been silent treatment. Some of you have gone silent in your dating life, or it just feels like you focus your energy. Maybe you were the one juggling up many things, maybe not people, but your career, your children, your finances, your family, whatever it is here. But I see here with this Empress, when you're ready to speak up, you will. And I actually feel like things are going to come to light much sooner than expected. We're going to get a timing card here as well. But what's crossing your path is transformation, change. This is that, Wheel of Fortune energy. Some of you may have been in this cycle for the last 10 years. Okay, this can also be 10 energy of new beginning, right? 10 breaks down to 1. And I do see that there's a lot of courage. There's a lot of self-reflection. 1 is the energy of self. It is a gift. And we actually see 1 energy coming up for you a few different times, which we'll talk about. But the 10 is a cycle that is showing up for you in that golden mirror to say, do I want to keep doing what I'm doing? Or is it time for change? And if you finally have had enough, which I see here in the recent past, there's something here about, all right, I've had enough with that phase of my life. I'm ready to enter into this new energy, this new vibration, this new paradigm. Something needs to give. Something needs to change. This dynamic or this relationship or how we've been going about this feels difficult at times, feels very difficult, especially for those of you that are still dealing with some subconscious wounds of healing the heart. There could be a lot that is showing up for you now on the surface that maybe you were unaware that you still had to heal. When the Wheel of Fortune shows up, this is a massive turning point for you, Aries. This is not repeating the past. A lot of you had gone through this necessary, and that's the word coming up, necessary cycle, which means it wasn't meant to be bypassed. It wasn't meant to be avoided. You are meant to go through this. And some of you may be saying, Mel, I would have if I could choose to take it back, I would, or I wouldn't have even met that person. And if you're still feeling that, if that's how you feel about this situation, then there may still be healing that needs to be done around it. Because when we say those things or we feel regret or bitterness or resentment or remorse, it's pain. And what lies under pain is sorrow, is sadness. Or what lies underneath anger, I should say, is sorrow. And I feel like you have the opportunity in the near future to change the outcome here of your destiny, right? I feel like you are the one spinning the wheel. Now, there's fate, right? And this union that you had gone through or you are currently going through, maybe this happened 10 years ago for some of you, Aries. Maybe this was 20 years ago, but it may have affected your energy. Maybe you kept those cactus prickles out in your energy, right? Kind of staying at a distance, and you kept people at that distance. And maybe now is the time that you are ready to shift things. And maybe you didn't even realize that you had those thorns or those pricklies out there in your energy, because subconsciously, how would you know? And I feel like Spirit is saying this is the turning point for change to occur. And if you are in a dynamic, I see change coming in, and it's definitely for the better, regardless of how difficult it might be while you are initiating this change. Okay, what's below you? I am getting the Queen of Wands a little bit in the sideways position. Now, it does look like she has a little bit of a pregnant belly there. Typically, we see that in the Queen, it could be the Queen of Cups or the Empress energy. But I actually feel like some of you, this could be potentially the father or mother of your children, or perhaps you had wanted to have children or it was discussed to have children with someone. But I feel insecurities here. I feel a very maybe jealous energy, egoic potentially. This is cattiness. You see the cat there, the beautiful cheetah. Now, when the Queen of Wands is in reverse, it can be catty, codependent, insecure, and very fiery energy. But when she's in the upright, and this could be you, it could be your person, right? I feel like you or your person or the energy between the both of you, because this is the deep past or the deep foundation, was very supercharged. I'm getting a supercharged type of energy, very magnetic, very sexual, very passionate, very powerful, right? It felt that way. That's why the two of you came together in union at some point, or this is you needing to, or realizing that you needed to work through some insecurities, okay? Because someone or something had happened in your life that activated your spidey senses, basically your cactus prickles, right? Something had activated that within you because you, I mean, it could be childhood, it could be your first relationship, it could be a past marriage. It was something that you had gone through that activated those prickles, those spidey senses. And I feel like that's why she's holding up the mask. She has the mask of the Two of Wands that's showing up here, of focus and getting focus, getting clarity about a situation and needing to make a choice. Needing to make a choice that, even though it says spontaneous, I feel like your emotions may have felt spontaneous. So even though this is a wand energy, which is about our spirit, our fire, it can be passion, it can be in what inspires us. I feel like that may have come and gone, right? This dynamic, it's like one day feeling awesome, feeling inspired, feeling good, and then the next day it was the opposite. So there is something here with maybe spontaneity. You may have had a lot of fun, or you have been guided to, put yourself out there, but then it's like, I do it and then I have to go inward. So you may be going through a little bit of that tug of war, or you had in the past with your actions in a dynamic. Do I put myself out there? Do I hold back? There may have even been a lot of breakup and makeup is what I'm getting here, because we do have the Five of Swords in reverse. Five of Swords in reverse is walking away from petty arguments, from drama, from arrogance, from conceit, from someone who may have been very vain, maybe even very ostentatious. They like to look good. They may have, showcased through the money that they had, even though they may not have had it. They may have made it seem like they had a lot of money. Okay, or flashy. They were very flashy in some way, shape, or form. I'm also getting someone thought that they may have been better than others in some way, shape, or form. But this can also be a lot of arguing, a lot of pointing fingers, a lot of he said, she said, right? When those spidey senses get activated, right? Think of two cats and their hair is standing up and the tail and the ears, and then they come together and it's like cat fight. I feel like that's the energy that some of you felt like you were walking on those eggshells, or every time you thought about this, or every time you may have seen this person, it's almost as if that anger or some sort of rage was boiling up and you said, enough is enough. This isn't healthy. It's not healthy for me. It's not healthy for them. It's not healthy for the family or the children or, other people that may have been involved. And I feel in the potential, what's above you is to gain solitude. Step out of the drama here. Step out of this game. And it almost feels like a game here. It may have been a game to someone, especially for those of you that may have been dealing with toxicity or addictions or abuse in some way, shape, or form. And the Hermit is needing to gain that introspection, gain a little bit of solitude. And maybe some of you live with someone, you live in separate rooms, or if you've been single, this is the energy of singleness and just taking that space, that solitude, that time for yourself. When the Hermit shows up, Virgo season, so this is Virgo season, the majority of September, I feel like a lot of you are, I don't want to say coming to your senses because that sounds a little harsh, but that's kind of what I see, is coming to your senses about a situation. This Hermit is saying, I now know better. Now that I know better, I'm going to do better because I have the knowledge. I'm wise. I'm wiser now because of what I've gone through. You've meditated on this, or you're about to. This is doing a lot of soul searching, a lot of introspection. You may have withdrawn or rejected your energy, or even felt lonely, right? Even felt lonely. But what is showing up in the near future is absolutely amazing. It's that dragonfly. It's the new phase. And it has everything to do with the 10 of Pentacles. Now, it's interesting, though, to note on this 10 of Pentacles, you see the ivy going up the bars. The 10 of Pentacles is most people's dream. It's commitments, it's marriage, it's long-term growth, stability. It's the person that you are going to be with forever, right? It's the type of life where you are able to be together with your soulmate, but there's a bar, it's still up, but you see the red carpet here, and it's leading to, you know, this divine soulmates group or counterpart. But I feel because the gate is shut, you are opening up to it yet, right? And what did we say earlier? You may not see the opportunity, or maybe it feels like there isn't an opportunity for your 10 of Pentacles, but that's a lie. There is love on the way, or there is an opportunity here for you to go through this gate, this phase, this portal, and embody this 10 of Pentacles. Okay, family. This is family, happily ever after. And some of you have gone through such family drama that you've separated yourself, right? Maybe you've gone through a dark night of the soul. You've gone through alienating or just kind of rejecting. Maybe you haven't spoken to a family member for quite some time, or there's been a long separation period between maybe even you and someone you were married with. Some of you could be widowed. Some of you may feel like it's too late. But I'm getting, again, another 10 energy. 10s are about endings, bringing in new beginnings. And there is a new beginning here that is quite privileged. And what do I say? The difference between privilege and, oh goodness. I feel there is something here, I gotta say, I can't remember what that saying is, but there's something with the ivy and the purple as well. It's in the golden gates. There's an energy here of maybe you decide not to do things in the traditional way, right? Maybe marriage is just a piece of paper to you, and that's okay, right? You don't have to go the traditional way. I feel like there's a lot of gratitude, right? And I'm trying to think of the word, the difference between privilege and something else is gratitude. And I feel like you are very, very grateful for all that you have, right? You are very grateful for all that you've gone through. And some of you, it took a while to get to this point, and now you are opening up. It's like you're bringing in your thorns. I'm actually getting Wolverine. Maybe some of you are familiar with Wolverine, or maybe you've just seen it. You know, when he has his big old claws out and then they retract. I feel like some of you are, bringing in those thorns, and you're saying, okay, I don't need to walk on eggshells anymore. I don't need to have such a vendetta, or, I don't have to have my claws come out when I'm angered. I can deal with something in a new way. And that new way is actually going to bring this family dynamic together. Okay? Yeah. Now, how are you doing? How are you feeling? You're ready to let go of something that's been consuming your time here in the physical even. Okay? This is the 4 of Pentacles showing up in reverse. I like that it's in reverse because you may have been holding on to a belief or a relationship or pain or anger or whatever was consuming you that was unhealthy or creating an imbalance in your physical world, right? It was something that was consuming your time and energy, and it felt like you were, swallowed it whole. When you swallow a big old piece of food and it takes a tough time going down and you try to drink it and get it down, it's almost as if this whole situation was like that food being caught in your throat in some way, shape, or form. Okay. And I feel like you finally got to the point where it's down, and some of you, it's been down for a while, but now you're starting to digest it. Maybe it was a big old piece of meat, right? And it takes a long time to digest meat. And I feel in this situation, this was quite literally the meat and potatoes of the situation. So something that you are letting go of, because the Four of Pentacles is I'm letting go of what has consumed me and what has caused my, my pricklies to kind of come out and to keep everyone at an arm's length. Now, in your environment, you have the Six of Wands. Pat yourself on the back. Other people, and it's not about other people, but other people do recognize how far you've come, Aries. And sometimes that's nice to get that recognition. And you may even get some sort of accolades. People may say, wow, Aries, kudos to you for making it out of that situation, or you've really built a wonderful life for yourself, or this is the card of triumph and success, right? It's victory. It is recognition. It is achievement, and even being in the spotlight. It's a glow up type of energy. For those of you that have done this work and this healing and you've decided to walk away and let go, and you've already spent time doing the healing, the meditating, the soul searching, you could be ready to put yourself back out there, because this is major glow up energy here, Aries. You may be getting a lot of attention. You may be getting recognized and noticed by people whom maybe you want in your life, maybe you don't want in your life, but I feel like you're looking good. And this is about you enjoying everything that you've gone through, but enjoying living in the now, living in the present. Six is a very harmonious, very loyal, very responsible energy. It's also the energy of the Lovers, right? Even though this is the Six of Wands, I feel like there has been a level of graduation. That's why you have the Ascension here, because you're transcending. You are preparing for union of some sort. You're getting ready for celebration. Now, what's in your hopes and fears? You have the Knight of Pentacles. This is the Knight of Pentacles. This is exploration. And you actually see in her glasses, in her sunglasses there, she has the cold ice-capped mountains reflected back to her. So in your hopes, you're hoping that you can thaw out from a situation, because something has kept you maybe a little bit frozen. Something has kept you in a state of, fight or flight. Again, walking on eggshells. Okay, thank you, Spirit. Gemini, I'm getting. Leo, Sagittarius. Okay. Aries, some of you are dealing with a Gemini, Leo, or Sag, or those placements could be prominent in your chart. That just came up. I'm also getting here a pit bull. Maybe some of you have a darling pitty. Okay, maybe an animal who's brindle, because I feel like I'm seeing a brindle pit bull, but take it as it resonates. And I'm also getting here, in your hopes and fears, you want to explore new options. You want to live your life. You want to visit new lands, new places. Some of you, I'm getting like Swiss Alps. I'm getting Colorado. I feel like you also, I'm getting, yes, some of you are moving. You want to move is what I'm picking up on here as well. I mean, this is action. The Knights represent action. And even though the Pentacle realm is the slowest moving realm, this is about getting yourself unstuck. That's why it's showing up in reverse, because you may have been in a bit of a routine Or someone was just lazy in their energy, not wanting to put in the effort. And you're saying, I need action. I need to see movement. I need to be motivated to explore and live life. And I want to do that with someone. But if someone's not willing to, then I'm going to still go do it. I can't be held back by this energy. And that's what I see you telling yourself. I can't be consumed with what another person is doing or thinking or worrying. Some of you may have even been such in a spidey sense activated that you couldn't even go live your own life without worrying what this person was doing, who they were with, where they were at. I'm also getting tracker, like tracking device. I mean, that's pretty extreme. I mean, maybe it was, I think on certain apps on your phone, like Snapchat has, activation devices where you can see where you're at. I almost see someone looking to see where the other person is. And maybe someone else's energy was consuming you in some way, shape, or form. Maybe there's a tracking device on that dog, the pit bull that I was seeing here. That could be significant. Or some of you, there's something here about not being, maybe the tracking device is energetically, maybe even if you're separated, or in separation or something of that nature, not to worry about what this person's doing, not to consume time and energy there. Because what do we have for your outcome is the Ace of Cups, even though it wanted to come out like this, right? And you actually see that's kind of the spiral effect of the seashell here. It kind of goes like that. So I feel with the Ace of Cups as your outcome, this is flow, not resistance. Right? What's the opposite of flow? And I feel like there's been a dam, right? There's been a dam that has come in here and blocked the flow, where whether this was something that had happened, it could be a major blowout, a tower moment, an argument, I mean, whatever it was, a divorce. Some of you are ready for the next phase and you've worked on your heart. You are ready. Spirit is saying, your heart is ready to take this gift here. That's what aces represent. And here's another one. And we see the tens, endings bringing in new beginnings. And I feel one thing here. I'm remembering the word. Remember with the 10 of Pentacles, it's entitlement. The difference between privilege and entitlement is gratitude. Okay. And there's something here of, maybe someone felt entitled to this relationship, or they may have felt entitled of something here is what I'm getting. Like I'm almost getting ownership of some way, shape, or form. And that's not a relationship, right? That's an ownership. And I feel with this Ace of Cups showing up, this is a new love connection, or a gift of love. This is taking something to the next level. This is a soul quenching renewal. And I feel like you know that you can't drink from that empty cup. And I feel like you have fostered that relationship with yourself, Aries. And that changes everything. That changes the dynamic of everything, is being able to say, okay, I have faults. I have subconscious stuff that maybe I needed to work on or need to work on, but I feel like you are taking responsibility, and it's actually putting you in a very favorable position here and stepping you into that new phase. Thinker, you have card 44. Some of you may be 44 years old. It's also card 8. Some of you may be a life path number 8, or you may be in an 8 personal year. But 44 is all about strategy, being analytical, being logical. When it comes to relationships, love is not logical, but when you choose a partner, it is good to have things in common other than desire. And that's kind of what we see here with the Queen of Wands in the past. Perhaps some of you have entered into contracts that have been very fiery, very desirable, but quick, that quick hot spark, but then it fizzles out as quick as it maybe came in. And I feel like now you're like, I do want something that does have passion, but to me, honesty, responsibility, loyalty, trust, those are things that matter most. And I do see here common interest. And if there's not enough common ground, I feel like you're really weighing up the pros and cons, okay? But if there is enough common ground, go for it. If not, there are other fish in the sea. Don't force it to work. And should others tell you who they are, take them at their word. Now is not the time to indulge in a fantasy. No matter what, in this case, the facts are the facts. And I am getting here, you know, that's part of the future here, energy. This is grounding with this privilege. It's as if you know what to do here, or even if you don't, even if there's uncertainty, I do feel like it's important to trust your intuition showing up. That's the first card in your reading. But I am going to read the protection message, because I do see with this Knight of Pentacles here in the hopes and fears, this can be analysis paralysis. Thinking has its place, but trying to figure everything out logically is not going to work, right? Because the conclusions will be faulty, and you may act upon false assumptions that'll get you in a jam. Give your mind a rest. Do something creative, Aries. Exercise, meditate. Soon you'll come to your senses. Didn't we say that earlier? I said it may have been a little harsh, but I literally said you're going to come to your senses. And that's what I see here. It says soon you'll come to your senses, and an aha moment will bring clarity. Yes, it will. All right, let's get a message from your crystal spirits. And at this time, I just ask, if you can, Aries, close your eyes. Take a nice deep breath in from your solar plexus chakra, the belly area. Nice big inhale. Hold it as long as you can. And release through your mouth with a nice big sigh. And with your eyes still closed, tune into your third eye chakra, the area between your eyebrows and your forehead region. And I want you to imagine the first crystal or gemstone that shows up in your mind's eye. Now, your crystal could show up as a specific color, a shape. Maybe it's filled with clustered points. It could be in the raw form, polished or tumbled. It could be a gemstone that you're familiar with and maybe even know the name of, or maybe not. This could be a crystal that you're feeling the energies vibrating off of it in your mind's eye, maybe that of unconditional love, protection, healing, or divine guidance. There is no right or wrong answer, Aries. And if you need a moment, just pause the video and come back when you're ready. And for those of you that would like to be entered into the free monthly reading giveaway, where I draw one winner around the first of each month, all you need to do is drop your crystal or gemstones. You can have 1 or 5 or as many as you want. Drop them in the comment section below to be entered into that giveaway. And I personally will draw that winner. So please make sure you've hit that subscribe and bell button if you haven't already. We have rhodonite, which is all about the heart center here. It is a beautiful pink energy. We have rhodonite here. This is what it looks like in the tumbled form. There's that beautiful pink energy. Okay, so this is a healer of heartbreak. And we also have blue lace agate, card 12. Some of you, 12 could be significant. I'm getting 1212 on the clock, or it feels, I don't see that on the clock, but some of you may see 1212. That could be significant. 47 could be an age. 44 could be an age. We're going to go with blue lace agate. That's what I feel called, because this is also hanged man energy, and some of you may have felt stuck in a cycle. So I'm really being called to this blue lace. This is about freedom from unnecessary dramas. That's probably why I'm being called towards that, because that's that Five of Swords. We said that. Drama that you're walking away from. Not my monkeys, not my circus, not wanting to dive into that or go back into that. This is peaceful acceptance, stress-free, non-attachment. The universe is ruled by divine order, so now is the time to release all of your anxiety. If you are sensing that your relationship is in transition, know that the conscious universe wants the best for you and will work with you to help you experience the loving relationships you deserve. You are not untethered and tossed about by the cold north winds. We talk about that cold wind, don't we? You see her hair blowing, and she has here in this picture the cold mountain ice caps. And that's the fear, is I'm going to be tossed aside. I'm going to be alone. I'm going to be isolated. I'm not going to have that love. You're not going to be untethered and tossed about. Even if it may feel that way right now, be at peace, for you are firmly on the ground. And the universe, as your reliable anchor, connect with this ally, and this transition will lead you to something even better. For you will remember that change can be a very good thing. Open yourself to new possibilities for transformation. Beautiful. Transformations, that dragonfly, and the new gifts, right? The possibilities are the Ace of Cups. And look at, we have triple blue here, a lot of blue showing up. And it's not the, iciness of the ice cap blue. I feel like it is the Ace of Cups type of blue. And some of you, I am getting like singing the blues, or maybe going to a blues festival, but I feel like you're turning your blues into clues. Okay. Or maybe blues clues. Some of you, yeah, you're turning those blues by being able to recognize, understand yourself. There's a self-awareness here by paying attention to what is being brought up. And I feel like there's a wonderful gift ahead here for you. Allow yourself to flow in this energy. Try not to resist the change. That is what I have for you, Aries. I hope this resonates. If so, please hit that thumbs up button. Feel free to share, like, subscribe, hit that bell. Drop your crystals in the comment section below if you haven't already. Thank you so very much, and lots of love to you.